Hi all, this video will cover problems on classification of systems, especially static and dynamic systems. A system is said to be static if the present output of the system depends only on the present input. Otherwise, the system is said to be dynamic. The static system is also called as memoryless system because it does not require any memory because the present output only depends upon the present input. Whereas the dynamic system needs a memory to store the past inputs. That's why we are calling the dynamic system as memory system because it needs a additional memory to store the past and future inputs. So any system, if the output of the system depends on the present input alone, then it can be classified as static system, otherwise it is a dynamic system. Usually a system equation will be given and they will ask you to identify whether the given system equation belongs to a static system or dynamic system. So system equation will be in the form y of t equal to ax of t. Here these are some examples of system equation. So always x of t is input signal and y of t is the output of the system. Let's consider the first system y of t equal to ax of t. By seeing the system equation itself, we can conclude the given system is a static system because the present output y of t is only depending upon the present input x of t. For proving this, we will consider the three t values: t is equal to 0, t is equal to 1 and t is equal to minus 1. Let us consider the first time value t is equal to 0. In this case, if you substitute t is equal to 0, then y of 0 equal to a into x of 0. It denotes the present output depends upon the present input. Let us consider the other value of t. T is equal to 1. In this case, y of 1 is also equal to a into x of 1. The same thing will exist for t is equal to minus 1. So here also y of minus 1 equal to a into x of minus 1. In all the three cases, the present output depends only on the present input. In the system is a static system. Other name for this is memoryless system. Let us consider the second one. The second system equation is nothing but y of t equal to t x of t plus 6 into x square of t. In this case, if you apply the three time values, t is equal to 0, y of 0 equal to, this term will get vanished because of this t value, and you will have 6 into x square of 0. So here also the present output depends upon the present input only. Similarly, if you substitute t is equal to 1, then also the present output y of 1 will depend only on the present input x of 1. So in this case, x of 1 plus 6 into x square of 1. So x square of 1 is nothing but x of 1 the whole square. And for t is equal to minus 1 also the same thing will exist. So for all the values of t, the system is a static system. So this is minus x of minus 1 plus 6 into x of minus 1, x square of minus 1. Okay. justify your answer by mentioning a sentence. The present output depends only on the present input, hence the system is a static or memory. Let us consider the third system represented by the equation y of t equal to x of t plus 3 into x of t minus 2. In this case, the present output, you can observe the equation and you can find the present output y of t is not only depending upon the present input x of t but also depending upon the past input x of t minus 2. Okay, for justification, you can just mention with few values of t. So first I am taking t is equal to 0. In this case, my present output y of 0 is the present time, then y of 0 equal to x of 0 plus 3 into x of minus 2. So if 0 is the present time and minus 2 is the past time, so the present output depends not only on the present input but also on the past input. So the system is a dynamic system. Even if you check for t is equal to 1 and t is equal to minus 1, then also you will get the same thing. So you can conclude this system is a dynamic system. Otherwise, you call it as a memory system. So always prefer these three values. If you want some cases, you can go for a t is equal to 2 or t is equal to minus 2 also. So this will suit for most of the conditions. In both the cases, you can observe the present output is depending both on the present input and the past input. Let us consider one more system represented by the equation. Let us consider this fourth system represented by the equation y of t equal to x of t square. So here you just check with these time values. For t is equal to 0, y of 0 equal to x of 0. For t is equal to 1, y of 1 equal to x of 1. If you just conclude with these two values of t, it seems like a static system because the present output depends only on the present input. The present output for t is equal to 1 also, it depends only on the present input x of 1. Let us check with the t is equal to minus 1. In this case, y of minus 1 equal to x of, here we are having t square, so minus 1 square is equal to nothing but plus 1. So the present output y of minus 1 is depending upon the future input x of 1. So this system is a dynamic system. So whenever you are mentioning static or dynamic, just mention the sentence. The system is a dynamic system since the present output depends on the future input too. So this is about verifying the continuous time systems, and we will see similar problem with discrete time systems. Here you can see the system equation consisting. Here you can see the system equations of discrete time systems. Y of n is equal to n into x of n, y of n is equal to x of n square, and y of n is equal to x of minus n. So we can find the so by observing the system equation we can find the system the by observing the system equation we can find the first system y of n is equal to n x of n. So this is a static system. As you know, the present output depends only on the present input. And second system is a dynamic system. Here we are just the system equation is uh, just varying by the variable what we have seen in the previous problem. We have seen x of t square. Here we are having just x of n square. You just refer the previous content. It's a dynamic system. And the third system y of n equal to a into x of minus n. So here you just apply the values of n, substitute n is equal to 0. If n is equal to 0, then it is y of 0 which is equal to a into x of 0. So it seems like a static system for n is equal to 0. For n is equal to 1, this value becomes y of 1 is equal to a into x of minus 1. So the present output depends upon the past input. Okay. So here in this case, if n is equal to minus 1, then y of minus 1 equal to a into x of plus 1. Here the present output depends upon the future input. If minus 1 is the present time, then 1 is the future time. So this system is a dynamic system. Otherwise we can call this system as a memory system. Thank you all.